Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and good morning from Dallas. My mind is all over the place. We're still in that full moon in Sagittarius, so a lot of you may be thinking about things like in deep thought, especially with business stuff right now, and sort of like what's your next move and everything else. I was about to say, I didn't really want to do a tarot reading because I did the full moon in Sagittarius reading a few days ago. And then I did just a random general reading for the collective as well. And then also I did the economy reading too. Also for all of the signs, for the June readings, all of them are up for all of the signs. The general reading, the love reading, and the money reading. All those readings are up. On YouTube, you can go to the playlist. You can either go to June Tarot Energy and then click on that and listen to whatever or watch whatever you want to watch. Or you can click on your sign and then pull up all of the readings that I've done thus far for your sign. And you will see those there. As for this episode today, I'm doing a daily thought. I'm kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I am, it isn't as structured today as it usually is. Thank you. It isn't as structured today as it usually is. I'm just going with the flow. And by the way, if you hear anything in the background, they're doing maintenance work. They're actually doing it earlier now. They started at like 7:30 this morning because obviously they're trying to get it done while it's cool because the temperatures have started rising as we're going into the summer. So, yeah. Okay. Silence. The quote, "Silence is a true friend who never betrays." I did one episode, Move in Silence, but this is different. This quote, "Silence is a friend who never betrays," is by Confucius. And I think about that sometimes with being silent. And for me, believe it or not, I'm not really silent that often. I do talk. Because at the same time, if I don't want someone to know something, I just don't tell them. Anything that I say, I always say this to people, and I'm sure you've heard me say it on my podcast, which, by the way, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right. When I say something, I can say it in front of somebody or when I'm not in front of someone. I'm not that type of person where it's just, if they're not present and I'm saying something, I can't say it while they're present. No, I can say it while they're present too. Because I believe in owning what you say. If you said it, you said it. It is what it is. And if they don't like it, they'll get over it. That's sort of my attitude about it. Because no one can stop you from speaking your truth. Whatever you view the truth as, that is your truth. And the truth is like rain. It doesn't care who it falls on. If you're going around telling lies about someone, then obviously that's a different situation. From my point of view, even though it would be considered biased because it's my point of view, I look at what I say as me telling my truth and how I see things. So yeah. But when it comes to silence, if I don't want someone to know something, I just don't say anything. Also, on the other side of that, with being silent, where some people say this is a toxic trait, where for me, I'll just shut down and won't say anything at all. Because I'm just like, okay. Because I look at it as, and not even as in the keeping secrets part. I'm just talking about silence in general. I just look at it as I'm not feeding into that energy of negativity. If someone is being negative, and if I've already gamed out the situation in my mind, because I do that, even though I'm a Cancer, there's a lot of Gemini in my chart, so I think a lot. And if I've gamed out all the situations of how it could possibly go, in every situation I keep seeing how it could possibly go, it's just like it's a no-win situation. So what's the point of having a conversation about it? Because I've already seen what's going to happen, whether intuitively or intellectually. I've already seen what will happen. So I might as well be silent. That's just how I look at it. And some people say that's a toxic trait. I just say that's just not entertaining nonsense. That's what I say. But going back to the silence is a friend who never betrays, it always amazes me where people tell other people things, and then if there's ever a falling out or something of that nature, they're shocked when the person they told all those things to run around telling everyone, which quiet as is kept, sometimes it doesn't even take a falling out. People will run around and tell people things anyway, even if you are under the illusion that you are on good terms with someone. So that's why it's like silence is that friend who never betrays, because if you don't tell anyone, there's no way for you to be betrayed. So yeah, it just amazes me how people's minds think sometimes. In a past life, I probably was a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But yeah, as for July readings, the goal is to start those readings this weekend. That is the goal. We'll see what happens. I'll see what type of energy I'm in. Obviously, I will start with the general readings and then do the love readings and then do the money readings is what I will do. The love readings, I'm using a different deck that I haven't used in a while. So yeah, I'll use that. And then for the money readings, my goal is to do the money readings a little bit shorter this time. Not that they were so long, because they were only like 10 to 15 minutes. But my goal for the money readings is for them to be like 5 to 10 minutes. That's the goal when I start doing the money readings for July. So we'll see what happens. Trying to think what else is going on. News stories, I'll probably do, today's Tuesday. By the way, yeah, this daily thought is for Tuesday, June 14th. Probably, I'm thinking Thursday or Friday, I'll do a wacky news story, because I haven't done one in a while. I'll do a wacky news story. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. And I think that's really all I have. I mean, other things are happening, but I'm just not saying anything about it right now because I want to wait until it's completed. So I'll tell you when I finish. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the podcast. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting the YouTube channel. I sincerely appreciate it. You just don't know. I was looking at some of the numbers for last month, which the numbers this month aren't as high as last month. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not super duper pressed about the numbers, but at the same time, it's just like, okay, I do pay attention to them. But I really appreciate all the support. Everyone taking the time to listen to the podcast. It's like certain countries faithfully listen to my podcast. So, of course, shout out to the United States, repping the USA. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to Russia. Shout out to Spain. There's another country that is consistently up in the top 5 and 10. Also Puerto Rico, even though that's part of the United States. But there's another country. I think, hold on. Give me one second, because I'm right near my laptop. I just rather look at it. What country is that? Shout out to the United Kingdom, and the Bahamas as well. Shout out to the Bahamas, which I would love to visit the Bahamas again sometime. I haven't been to the Bahamas in forever. But yeah, just shout out to all of you for consistently listening to my podcast, because your countries consistently stay in the top 10 out of all the countries, which there are other countries, but yours consistently stay in the top 10. So thank you very much for listening to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast and supporting it. I sincerely appreciate it. Let me get going because I got things to do. I love you. Until next time, be blessed.